Hello everyone, welcome to Defense of Desh. My name is Harshvardhan Singh. In this video we are going to talk about screening and how I got screened in every time. Those who do not know me, I have been a defense aspirant and I have given 7 SSBs and I have been screened in 7 times. So let's begin. फॉर हिंदी मीडियम स्टूडेंट्स, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि मैं ये वीडियो हिंदी में भी बनाऊं तो प्लीज मुझे कमेंट में लिख के बताएं. ओके, सो लेट्स बिगिन विद दिस वीडियो. यहाँ पे वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट. फॉर गेटिंग स्क्रीन इन, आई बिलीव देर आर 3 important aspects which you need to keep in mind. For those who are going for the first time, SSB call letter will provide you certain details like what kind of dress up you must have for that day if you are going for the screening test. So let's discuss this first point, that is dress up. For dress up, you need to wear a formal dress, a white shirt or a black pant with belt, shoes, socks full length होने चाहिए, and hanky if you have. That would be very helpful. Tie is optional. If you want to wear a tie, it is up to you. It is not necessary at all. I never wore tie in the screening. So, few tips which I believe can help you make a good impression while you dress up. First of all, you have to wear cotton shirt. That helps a lot because गर्मियों के दिन हैं. There are a lot of स्टूडेंट्स हु फेस प्रॉब्लम विद स्वेटिंग. बहुत ज़्यादा स्वेटिंग अगर होने की प्रॉब्लम आती है तो उसमें भी कॉटन शर्ट्स जो हैं बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प कर सकती हैं. आप डार्क कलर की शर्ट भी पहन सकते हैं या लाइट कलर की शर्ट पहन सकते हैं. वाइट कलर की शर्ट पहनेंगे तो स्वेटिंग के स्टेन्स जो हैं वो कम दिखाई देंगे. ड्यूरिंग द स्क्रीनिंग प्रोसेस एक टाइम होता है जब आपको बहुत देर के लिए बाहर भेज दिया जाता है. उस टाइम पे अगर स्वेटिंग की प्रॉब्लम है तो बहुत ज्यादा स्टेन्स शर्ट के ऊपर दिखाई देने लगते हैं. तो उस केस के अंदर आई वुड सजेस्ट कैंडिडेट्स की उस चीज का थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखें. बहुत ज्यादा स्वेटिंग होने पर इट शोज दैट यू आर नर्वस एंड इट डज नॉट लीव अ वेरी गुड इंप्रेशन ऑन द ऑफिसर्स. नेक्स्ट थिंग यू नीड टू रिमेंबर इज इफ यू लाइक यू कैन वेयर सॉलिड कलर्स, यानी कि आप सिंपल सॉलिड कलर में एक ही कलर की पैंट, एक कलर की शर्ट, यानी कि उसमें चेक्स, लाइंस, उसमें अलग अलग तरीके के पैटर्न्स, इस तरीके की चीज ना हो, उस चीज को अवॉइड करें बिकॉज इट इज डिस्ट्रैक्टिंग. सो समटाइम्स पीपल डू नॉट रियलाइज कि बहुत ज्यादा बोल्ड चेक्स की शर्ट या बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्राइप्स जो बहुत ज्यादा बोल्ड एंड अट्रैक्टिंग होते हैं, उस तरीके की शर्ट्स पहन के लोग जो है वो स्क्रीनिंग प्रोसेस को अटेंड करते हैं, जिसकी वजह से इट डज नॉट लुक गुड. That is why I generally believe and give suggestion that you should wear solid colors, solid color pant, solid colors shirt, and these two must be complementing each other. Light color की pant with a dark color shirt or dark color shirt with light color pant. I have been many times screened in with dark color shirt, a grey color shirt and a peach color pant. I have been through SSBs many times with this kind of attire. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट विच यू नीड टू रिमेंबर इज शूज एंड जो आपकी बेल्ट होती है इट शुड बी ऑफ मैचिंग कलर. अगर ब्राउन शूज पहन रहे हैं तो ब्राउन कलर की बेल्ट पहने. ब्लैक कलर की बेल्ट जो है वो ब्राउन कलर के शूज के साथ ना पहने. एंड ट्राई टू वेयर ब्लैक शूज ओनली बिकॉज ब्राउन शूज थोड़े से कैजुअल होते हैं एंड ब्लैक शूज आर मोर ऑफ फॉर्मल नेचर. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आर्मी में ब्लैक शूज ही चलते हैं. दैट इज वाई डू नॉट try to wear brown shoes. Black shoes are more preferable. Apart from that, shoes के लिए Oxford type of shoes या Derby type of shoes you can wear. यानी कि सिंपल शब्दों में अगर बात करें तो you have to wear laced shoes. ठीक है, pump and shoes को ना पहने. और दूसरी तरफ shoes should not be party type shoes. These should be simple school type shoes जिनको आप बोल सकते हो. जो हमारे स्कूल में चलते थे, बाटा की शॉप्स वगैरह पे आपको जो शूज मिल जाएंगे, ऑफिस टाइप ऑफ शूज. दीज काइंड ऑफ शूज यू नीड टू वेयर. You do not wear party shoes, do not wear party belts, do not wear party ties, party shirts. I have seen people wearing those kind of shirts which are too much shiny, too much other material than cotton, then it attracts a negative kind of attention which is to be avoided in SSB. नेक्स्ट थिंग विच यू नीड टू रिमेंबर इज आप जो है वो अपने हेयर कट के लिए थोड़े से जो है वो ज्यादा कॉन्शियस रह सकते हैं. इस चीज का मतलब है कि हेयर कट को आपको बहुत ज्यादा स्टाइलाइज्ड हेयर जो है वो नहीं रखना चाहिए. हेयर कट में व्हेन यू आर लीविंग, जिस दिन आप एसएसबी के लिए जा रहे हैं उससे एक दिन पहले हेयर कट कराइए. फ्रेशली हेयर कट करवाने पर 5 days तक हेयर कट आपका चल जाएगा. And do not try to get a stylish haircut or something. Next thing is take a blade and a razor with you because you have to shave. Trimmer वहाँ पे नहीं चलेगा. Shaving करना is very much essential for SSB. 5 दिन, जिस भी दिन आप वहाँ पे SSB में रह रहे हैं, 5 दिन आपको रोज शेव करनी जरूरी है. It is a mandate. So do not try to take assessors for the fool. If you have not shaved, you might be directly asked why haven't you shaved, and it will not give a good impression. Might be because if you have not shaved, you might be kicked out of screening test. Basically, the idea is to look smart and sharp, but do not attract unnecessary attention. Now let's talk about part 2, that is the picture perception test. In the picture perception test, as you can see here, a picture will be shown. Rules are given on your screen. In picture perception test, you will be seated in the hall. इसकी शीट जो है वो आप यहाँ पे टेलीग्राम चैनल से, जो डिफेंस उपदेश का टेलीग्राम चैनल है वहां से यू कैन डाउनलोड फॉर प्रैक्टिस इफ यू वांट. OIR के अंदर ज्यादा कुछ है नहीं. इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज यू हैव टू स्कोर हाई नंबर ऑन OIR, बट उसके लिए कोई स्पेशल टिप्स नहीं है. आप रीजनिंग की क्लासेस को फॉलो कर सकते हैं. इंटरनेट पे लॉट ऑफ मटेरियल इज अवेलेबल. स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट के एग्जांपल्स आपको इंटरनेट पे मिल जाएंगे. सो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू दैट. बट पिक्चर परसेप्शन एंड डिस्क्रिप्शन टेस्ट के अंदर जो पिक्चर परसेप्शन है, हम सेकंड पार्ट में उसकी बात करेंगे. पॉइंट्स विच आर टू बी यूज्ड फॉर यूजिंग द बॉक्स आर कि आपको ये मानना है, यू हैव टू अज्यूम द बॉक्स टू बी द पिक्चर यू आर शोन. Draw the characters you have seen in the picture in the box. Then write age, sex, mood and characters. Use positive sign for positive mood, negative sign for negative mood and 0 for neutral. And then encircle the character you assume your main character or hero. अगर आपका इसका ऑर्डर ऊपर नीचे करके बोला गया है, यानी कि what instructions are told to you or what instructions are being given to you, you have to strictly follow those instructions. अगर किसी भी तरीके से इंस्ट्रक्शन में ऊपर नीचे है, पहले एज लिखने को बोला है, बाद में सेक्स लिखने को बोला है, तो आपको अकॉर्डिंगली उसमें एडजस्टमेंट करना होगा. एंड एंड में यू हैव टू एनसर्कल योर मेन कैरेक्टर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लाइक दिस इज अ पिक्चर विच इज शोन हियर. वंस दिस पिक्चर इज रिमूव्ड, यू कैन टेक दिस एज एन एग्जाम्पल दैट 2 characters are shown here. And you can say that this first character which is shown in the circle is your main character or hero. He is Rahul. If some other kind of picture is shown, if more characters are shown, how do you represent them? Then there is another example here. So now we come to the third part of the section, that is description test. In this test, you will be seated in a semicircle position and you will be handed over your story. Remember, if you have not completed your story previously, then here is your time to complete your story in your mind. You are not allowed to write the story here. Once you have started narrating the stories, then narration is very, very important section. Once you start narrating your story, you can say in the middle, if you have not finished your story previously, that sir, I have written my story till here and further my story goes like this. So if, let's for example, your story is Rahul saw someone who was drowning, and you completed your story here only, or finished your story here only, and you wanted to end your story. So while narrating, you can say, I saw Rahul, he was trying to help someone who was drowning. Now, in my story further, which I want to complete here, is Rahul saved this person by putting effort, tying a rope around his waist, going into the river, helping the other guy, and saving the child or the guy who was drowning, and he saved the life. So that is how you can complete your story. Now, coming back to the discussion part. Once everyone's discussion is over, you need to keep a mental picture of everything that is going around you, and that plays a very important part. Remember, your task is to make a common story, and I have many times completed a common story. That is why I believe I was able to be screened in, and I am going to share few tips regarding this. So listen carefully. Here, from the moment first person starts narrating this story, you have to keep a tally in your mind that what kind of story the person is telling. For example, chest number 1 says story of a drowning person. Chest number 2, he says story of a flood. Chest number 3, he says a swimming competition. Chest number 4, he says a bridge is being made, a rope bridge is being made. So every person has certain variations or total variations in their story. So you need to remember that a mental count that few people in the group have chosen drowning person as their story. So if there is a majority, let's say 4 out of 20 people have a drowning story, 4 people of the entire group has, let's say, swimming competition story, and your story is of drowning person. So you try to club your story with those 4 people and try to make a common story. That is how you are going to proceed with your story. Now, as soon as discussion starts, there is going to be a fish market created. So if you have a powerful voice and are full of confidence that when you start speaking a bit louder, everyone will listen, then you can go ahead and state in the beginning only. But do not say all the rules in the beginning, just like the GTO or the examiner or the assessee, that we have been given this task and we have to do this. Everyone knows that. Do not do that. State some good points, because you have been given a chance and you might not get further chances. So if you have given an opportunity, if you have received an opportunity here, then please try to make full use of it. Start by saying, most of us agree that our hero Ram, not necessary. If you have written Rahul, not necessary, take someone other's story's hero name and take it Ram, Rahul, any saying Gurmeet, any name you can take. So here on, you say that we, most of us have perceived Gurmeet as our hero, and most of us believe that he is trying to save a drowning person, because we can see a rope in his hand and a person who is floating in the river has raised hands. So now this will help you counter those students who are trying to make a swimming story. In this point of view, or in this section, you can try to convince others that by showing some facts which were visible in the picture, you can try to point out that there is some merit, some points why you are making this story or trying to make this story. Then make your point and then let others speak as well. After 3 to 4 students have spoken, then again try to speak. If people are not agreeing on the story, then you can say that, fellow gentlemen, I think that we are short on time and we believe, or we must hurry up to the story through conclusion, or through presenting a common story because we are short on time. And here I would like to present the motion that, or I would like to present the point that our hero is trying to save someone, and if most of us agree to this, then we can go ahead with this picture. If 2 or 3 students say yes, we agree with the picture, then in that case scenario you can move ahead. Remember, you have 3 points which are very helpful in this scenario. These 3 points are: first is what has led to the situation, what is currently happening in the picture, and what will be the outcome. You can say these lines as well if it will support you in pushing the story forward. So let's say if your story was not matching with other people's story, and in that case scenario 4 to 5 people were saying drowning story and you have said a swimming competition, and no one else's story is matching up with you, then you can let go of the swimming competition and support other people in a drowning story situation. Here you can say that most of us believe, whether you believe or not, that does not matter. You can say most of us believe that the hero Rahul is trying to save a drowning student, and he tying rope on his back, etc., etc., and all these things. He go ahead, save the child and save the day. These kind of points will get you the support of the other people who have a similar story, and in that effort you might have to let go of your story, which does not affect your performance that much. Remember this objective is to create a common story, not to push your own story. You have to be cooperative, you have to be supportive, you have to work towards an end goal. That is the very important task, and for that, if you are going to let go of your own story, that I believe will help you in your cause. Next thing which here you must remember is the group might be broken into 2. Sometimes there are a lot of candidates and everyone starts shouting. In that case scenario, if assessors are not able to hear everyone, then they might break the group into 2. In that case scenario, there is going to be a common story compilation for both different groups, and then they will be asked to compile both groups' story and present a common story. In that case scenario, if you are part of any group, then try to make a common story which is easier in a smaller group. Than compared to 20 students, you can make a common story easily in 10 students. This will help you when the both groups will be combined, and if both groups are asked to combine their common stories, in that case scenario you can push for your story with the help of 10 other students or 10 group students. In most of the cases, the other group would not be able to make a common story, and if this happens, then it is a big advantage for your group, because 10 of you will be able to easily push the other 10 to accept your story. And here you can present a common story as well. If you have not spoken many times, then it will be beneficial for you to present the common story. You can ask other groups members that friends, I would like to present a common story, and if they say yes, then you will be given the chance to present the common story. Here, if you are given the chance, please do not try to push your own story. Try to make a common story or take points for everyone's stories. Try to gather points while discussing for a common story and present all those points and try to make a story out of this. If you try to push your own story and do not listen to other point, then in that case scenario you might lose on the points as well. In that case scenario, that will be negative for you and you might get screened out. Secondly, if you have spoken amply, if you believe that you are confident that you have spoken ample amount of time, you have proven your points, you have proven that you are a leader among this group, then you can withdraw from the common story. You can nominate some other person who has been speaking much and he has good points about the common story, then you can nominate his name, that I would like to nominate chest number 15 or chest number 14 for a common story. In that case scenario, you can relax, and if anything goes wrong with the common story, that it might not be your fault. But for this, you have to be sure that you have spoken ample amount of time, and here your confidence matters. Remember, screening is entirely a game of confidence and how you express your thoughts, how you plan and how you execute. So confidence is the major key here. सबसे important factor है confidence. Remember that. And next thing, after all this is done, you are moved out of the hall and result is declared. That is how you are screened in. So I believe these tips will help you, and I believe these helped me as well. So if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, you want to ask any particular questions from me, you can always reach out to me on my Telegram channel. About this lecture, I am also going to upload the PDF file on my Defense Updesh Telegram channel, जिसमें आप जाकर इसकी PDF को डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. I have given all these tips and this entire procedure in that file in the PDF form, in written form, and you can also like, share and subscribe. Please, if you have any questions and queries, reach out to me, or you can also post in the comment. Thanks.